what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Key to the Streets. It's your boy, Mike Gomes. Today, we're going to go over private money lending. We have a novation agreement that we locked up the other day that we're raising private money for today, actually. So I'm like, it's a good opportunity to show the people what private money lending is all about. So let's get rocking and rolling. I'm going to go over this fairly brief. Private money lending. First things first, before you're freaking out like, oh my God, I have a deal, I need private money lending, you should probably go find a private money lender before you get a deal. So you always want to raise private money before the deal ever comes. So the first things first is you're going to need a private money lender. So what I will be doing right now, maybe you're not generating a lot of leads, or maybe you don't got a lot of deals in the pipeline. I would be going out and telling people like, hey, I got a lot of deals in the pipeline coming up. We're going to need some private money for them. I get people a return on their investment backed by real estate, all that type of stuff, right? So I will be going out and prospecting and finding people that want to fund deals. They're everywhere. They're doctors, they're family members, they're people that want to get into real estate but don't really know what to do. They're people that are already in real estate that have a bunch of cash. They need to put it into other projects. Like, they're absolutely everywhere. So you just got to start getting out there and talking to people. But let's just say you have a couple prospects and you've talked to some people and they're interested in lending on a deal. Okay. You're going to need a deal. You're going to need some sort of deal that's going to make them a return on their investment. So from the profit of your deal, you're going to want to pay your private money lender back. Makes sense, right? So what's going to end up happening is you're going to get this deal under contract, and then you're going to have to go pitch it to your private money lender and figure out if this is going to be a good deal for them, right? So you're going to want to know every single thing that goes on along with this deal. So for this particular deal, we're doing a novation. So the private money lender is going to want to know the structure of the deal. Hey, this is a novation agreement. This is the type of deal. Here's ARV. Here's rehab. Here's timeline. Here's profit, what we're projected to profit, all those things, any and everything that you could think about. Pretty much look at it this way, right? Everything that you looked at to go structure that deal, you're going to want to pitch that, all the things that you looked at for the structure, you're going to want to show that to your private money lender so they know that it's an actual deal, right? But now that you have that, now that you have a deal in place and you have a private money lender that wants to lend on the deal, maybe you guys have structured some terms and you said, hey, we're looking for 20K at 15% cash on cash, which means they're going to get 15% of $20,000 once you guys close at the end of the deal. However you structure it is between you and the private money lender. There's an infinite ways that you can structure. Just like there's an infinite ways that you can structure deals, there's an infinite ways of structuring private money and how the private money lender is paid out, right? But let's just say this was the deal, right? You borrowed $20,000 from the private money lender. They're getting 15% cash on cash, and they're getting that 15% once you guys close the deal. Let's just say it's going to take 90 days, right? Let's just say that that's the case. They're going to want a few things to be secured. They're going to want what we call, so let's just say security right here. There's a couple things that they're going to want in order to feel secure in the deal. They're going to want a promissory note. This is essentially just telling the universe these terms. Hey, we agreed upon these terms, $20,000 over the course of 3 months. We're getting 15% back at the end of the deal. That's the promissory note, right? And then they're going to want a deed of trust, depending on what state you're in, or it could be a mortgage deed. Mortgage deed. So for me in Massachusetts, when we're raising private money up here in Mass, we say mortgage deed. We're actually raising private money right now for a deal in Arizona. In Arizona, it's called the deed of trust. They're the same thing. It's just essentially different language, right? But what these two essentially do is they secure the private money lender to the property. So there's positions. If there's a mortgage on the property already, there's probably a first lien position, meaning let's just say the seller went to Chase Bank and took out $300,000 to buy the property back in, 2015. And let's just say they owe $200,000 on that mortgage. There's a $200,000 lien on that property, or a mortgage lien in first position on that property, right? Now, let's just say on that same deal, right, where the seller owes 200K, your private money lender is lending you 20K. They're going to want to be in second position, which means, if somebody's going to foreclose on this property, the first one, obviously Chase Bank in this case, has the right to foreclose on before the second position does, but it essentially attaches a lien to the property. So that's what this does. And they're going to want that. They're also going to want a couple more things. They're going to want a title report. The title report, essentially what that is going back to title and saying, hey, can you go back and run a quick title search just to see that there's no liens, encumbrances, or the deeds have been transferred the right way and all that type of stuff. I want that report. That way I know I'm landing on a good deal, because if you don't do that, and let's just say you find out when you do the title search that this property was supposed to go through probate and it never did, or something like that, then you're screwed and your private money lender doesn't get paid. So you're going to want this title report. And then you're going to want title insurance. Okay. So this is just fairly simple. There's a lot more that goes into private money lending, but just to give you an idea, these are the simple things that your private money lender is going to want. With that being said, every private money lender is different. So everybody's kind of going to want different things, but this is what typical private money lenders are going to want. And if it's their first time lending on a deal, this is what you're going to want to give to them in order to be secured. Because here's what happens. People lend to you because they feel safe with you, right? So when you're going out talking to these people, you want to let them know, like, hey, I'm doing this, that, and the other to make sure that you're secure. I don't want, you to ever not feel secured in the deal. So I'm doing everything extra to make sure that your money's safe. I would never put you in a position where you don't feel safe because this, that, and the other. I'm doing whatever it takes to make sure that your money's safe, right? So that's your responsibility while you're raising private money. And then your private money lender is going to either go tell their people about you, or they're going to want to lend with you again. This is a relationship type of thing. You keep going and going and going and going. These people keep lending because in their world, right, they're like, hey, I'm putting money into stuff. I don't have to go talk to sellers. I don't have to go do renovations. I don't have to do anything. And I just make a return and I'm part of the deal. This is amazing. So this was just a very, very brief overview of raising private money. Reason why I did it is because I said we're raising private money for a novation deal right now that we got under contract the other day, which is pretty dope. But if these videos are giving you any value, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Let's go.